Hi people, I love it when the postie comes to our house now. I've had another delivery. We've had another car delivered, I hope. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shift the camera around so you can see, and I'll show you what I've bought, although from the thumbnail you've probably already figured it out, but let me unbox it and we'll have a look. So let's get into this. It does look like Customs has already had a little look in it, because it's been very crudely put together with tape. How it managed to find me, seeing as my address has been half covered by the label, I don't know. Anyway, less of the chit chat, let's get into it. Now, I'm just trying to put the camera, sorry, not the camera, the microphone in a different location. So if the audio sounds a little bit off, I apologise. I'm just trying something. Now, there's your first giveaway. The lovely shiny WPL Off-Road Racing Series. Oh, excited! Yeah, seems they've had a right good look at it. Right, let's get that bag out of the way. Oh, there we go. There we are. So, as you can tell, we've bought a model from WPL. Now, I'm led to believe that these are a 1/16th scale. So, we're a little bit bigger than what we usually get in. We're usually in the 24th and the 18th scale. But let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the box. 4-wheel drive, ready to run. Oh, let's just spin that round. That doesn't give a lot away. That just shows me another picture of another car. There's the back. We've already seen that. Now then, now we're getting to it. So what does this say here? Battery and care instructions, the on and off button, yeah, on and off button, batteries not there, batteries there, yeah. Battery charging and instructions. We've got the white one. Well, I've got a tick in a box. Who knows what that means? Alright then. Well, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's like Christmas. Well, it's not, but you know what I mean. Come on. Come on. Keep the people waiting. Right, so what is this to start with? We have an instruction booklet, I presume. Yeah, just telling you what you should be getting in the pack, telling you to charge the battery, where the battery goes. Yeah, a little bit of detail on the remote. Again, where the power switch is, problems. Everything else, again, in Chinese. Put that there. Right. Oh, nice clamshell packaging. Instantly, that looks amazing. Right, let me just drag this out. Yeah, right. Okay, we'll move the box out of the way. Nothing in the box, is it? No, nothing in the box. As you can see, there it is. Some nice clamshell packaging. Crikey, I think they've got a new roll of sellotape at the customs office. Like that. Or is there a little bit left? There's a little bit left. Okay. Right, let's lift that off out of the way. Oh, look at this. Right, let's just get the bits out. Put that there for the moment. Get the truck out, get the bits out. So as you can see, we have the WPL C24-1. That looks absolutely amazing. I am going down the scale route, if I'm honest with you. So all my rigs are going to be looking a lot more scale. Now I know there are literally hundreds of YouTube channels that have covered this particular vehicle, and it has been going, this vehicle, and it's clearly a testament to it for many years. So let's have a closer look. So obviously there's the battery. Let me just try and get that out, because obviously the doors don't actually open. Yeah, it's been well and truly placed in there, so it's secured us for the track. Whoa, hang on, there we go. So we've got, I don't know if you can see, but we've got a scale interior. Now, needless to say, I will be fettling around with this. I will be having a fettle. So yeah, there's your battery. You get the 500 milliamp hour 7.4 battery. The battery for these goes in the back under there. Okay, so that's a nice little hidey place for it. So let's have a look on the underside. So this basically, oh, there's my charger. Charger's there, look. Good. Get that out as soon as that's been interwoven into everything else. So we've got 4-link suspension, front and rear. We've got the good old friction shocks. Not quite as bouncy as some of the others. Although that shock, weirdly, does seem a little stiffer on that side. That one's very loose and that one's quite stiff. Anyway, never mind, that's alright. So, obviously we've got the motor. We have got, oh, I've got the early version, unfortunately. In fact, this isn't actually the 24-1. This is the C24, because the servo is not mounted on the axles. Well, that's a little bit annoying now, isn't it? So just as an update, my mistake, the C24-1 does not come with the servo mounted on the axle. However, you can upgrade it so you can mount the servo on the axle. We do have lights at the front. The tyres are very tough tyres. Yeah, and I'm guessing that everything else is going to be plastic, as this is toy grade. But yeah, that is a cool looking thing. 1999, I think it is, Toyota Hilux. I could be wrong on the year. I'm not very up on my Toyotas. So let's have a look at the remote. Yeah, pretty much the standard WPL remote control. I do like these very small pistol grip remotes, because you can really sort of do a bit of one-handed driving on it. The only thing that you can obviously adjust on this is the right and left steering, which is fine. You've got your on and off switch, and it takes two. Oh, come on, WPL, we don't need screws to hold battery covers. I'm guessing it's going to be 2 AA batteries in there. Could be mistaken, but we will see. What else have we got? So as we said, we've got the charger. The charger is there. And we have got bits. Or is it the C24-1? I thought that the servo was mounted on the axle in these, because I have got the toe hitches, or the D-rings. I will have to have a look. But obviously you get your usual in there. You get some stickers, you get all your plastic bits, your windscreen wipers, your exterior turret, your breather pipe, sorry, for your air filter. And there you get, by the looks of it, a few extra screws. You get something there that looks like a spare drive shaft, a screwdriver, and a few other extra bits, your wing mirrors and such. Excellent. Right, let's get these bits on and I'll come back to you. I've got my bits on. I've not put all my bits on. Now, there's a reason for this, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But the bits that I've left off are the clear indicators for the side, for the fender, or the wing. The rear clear light clusters for the back. There. You also get a spare door handle, but I am yet to put door handle on the back. You also get a spare windscreen wiper. You get 2 spare steering links, and you also get the foot plates. Now, I don't know whether to go with the foot plates. A, because I lost my rag trying to get the little screws in the little holes into the little foot plates, and B, I might go for a slightly different version, because I have seen some metal ones online, which I think would tie in quite nicely. Now, the reason that I have not put all the sort of fiddly bits in, can I just show you how good it looks though from the front? Look at that. Doesn't it look cool? So the reason I've not put all the bits on is because I'm going to weather it. I am going to do some weathering. Now, a while ago, I did a weathering on a Volkswagen Beetle, and I think it was a Tamiya Sand Scorcher body. And I weathered it, and I did the hairspray method. I'll put a link to the guy that I used for the hairspray method, and it came out amazing. I'm not lying. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but it did. I was so impressed, and I got so many comments on how well it looked. And everybody keeps asking me how I did it. Now, because this is a hard body, I am going to do something similar to this, but I'm also going to try and include some dents, some sort of heavier rust areas. I think we're going to try and change the doors because they will have been replaced after a heavy trail session, shall we say. And we're just going to have a play about with it, because let's be honest, and I did get the date wrong, I apologise, but it's an older truck. It's done the rounds, it's had a bit of a battered life, but it's still going strong. So we need to age it so it looks the part. We're going to change these, we're going to change the wheels and the tyres. To what yet? I have yet to decide, but that will come in a separate video. So I think the first thing we need to do is get this outside. Now, unfortunately, it's going to be too big for the shed. I know what you're saying. I'm going to have to get a bigger shed. I'm working on it. So I'm going to have to go and find a little bit of land where we can put this thing through its paces and see how it does standard before part 2 of this video comes along and we start playing with modifications. However, not just at the minute. Okay, so there we are. That is the C24-1 from WPL. I think in its current state, now bear in mind this is a very much a basic introduction to crawling, to the trail trucks, but it's really good. I mean, it's capable. Yes, it's lacking. Yes, it's noisy, but there's nothing that you can do to that that will upgrade it to make it really quite um, quite a contender really for a good crawler. So I think in part two, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at some bits for it, such as the metal axles, possibly wheels and tires, possibly metal the drivetrain. We'll get that looked at, and also possibly swapping this motor out because the parts for these, the metal parts, are ridiculously cheap. There are people in the UK that have eBay accounts that sell these parts. The parts from AliExpress are really, really cheap, but obviously you're going to have to wait a little bit for the shipping. However, in part two, we will have a look at upgrading this vehicle, and then maybe we'll look at starting doing a bit of weathering on this bodywork to make it look really scale and really, really cool. Anyway, thanks for watching part one of this video. Tune in for part two, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.